I'm sitting on the floor of my bedroom, so you know it's time for another Let's Be Friends video. This already doesn't feel right because Christina's not with me, but she filmed her own video a few weeks back, so we figured it's time for me to make my own independent film for this channel. Hopefully, cross your fingers, this gets submitted for Sundance. But if it doesn't, it's fine. Like, I'm fine about it. But today, seriously, I'm gonna be talking about something I'm very passionate about. Like Christina is passionate about emailing celebrities as a tween. I am passionate about talking about music from 2021. So I have a few albums to talk about with you today. I also have some artists I want to mention and their albums I'm really excited for. So let's get right into this video. We've waited long enough. Also, just want to say something really important. I am no music expert. My judgment is not better than yours. But if you check out any of these albums or projects, please let me know. I want to hear what you like. I want to hear what you've been listening to this year. And also, all these artists will be listed down below to check out. So definitely do that. And let's start this off. And let's start this off strong with an album I really love. It's called Collapsed in Sunbeams, and this is by Arlo Parks. So check it out for yourself. And let me just say, I think this is a classic. I gotta be honest with you. Arlo is this British poet, and this is her first album. She's also, I think, 20 years old, which is nuts. And it's just so good. I think this is like if Frank Ocean had made an Amy Winehouse album. I'm not sure if those connections make sense, but they do to me. I don't know. I think this is great if you are looking for something to listen to on like a bright summer morning or like a late spring afternoon. You could listen to it at like a fall evening or like a winter's dawn, but it might not hit the same without the sun beaming on you because this music is just so sunny and open and free and also just sad, but the way she sings it and the music with it just makes it feel hopeful. So next up we have probably my album of the year, and that is Little Oblivions by Miss Julianne Baker. And even though it deals with some pretty heavy themes, so maybe like a little trigger warning for substance abuse and even self-harm before listening to this, I definitely think you should check it out. It's really expertly produced. Julianne wrote and produced this whole thing by herself, and I've been a fan of hers for years. Her first album is one of my favorite albums of all time. Got me through some stuff back in the day. And this one will probably do the same for me. It's a slapper. Every song is something like I never heard from before from her. There's so much production in terms of drums and just heavy guitar riffs. Like, Julianne can shred. And Julianne, if you're watching by chance, I love you a lot and thank you for being so incredible. I saw you back in November 2018 with Boy Genius and changed my life. So love you so much. And love this album. Congrats. Congrats, girl. Next up, we have a controversial take, but it is Chemtrails Over the Country Club by Lana Del Rey. Now, is this my favorite Lana album? No. Do I still love it? I do. I can't lie. I don't think Lana's been the Lana I love for a little bit now, especially in terms of her commentary on certain subjects. But the music still holds up. I think Wild at Heart is one of her best songs ever, in my opinion, even though it's very similar to some of her old stuff. I still think the sentiment is beautiful. Yeah, I love the title track too. The melody on that is really gorgeous. I don't know. This is like a very chill, like, put this on while you're just looking for something to come down with. I think is really nice. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Ignorance by The Weather Station. Now, this is my first Weather Station album. Can you see her? I hope you can. Anyway, even if you can't, I'll tell you about her. Basically, this album deals with a lot of conversations around the devastation of climate change. But even with that kind of big and brooding topic, she kind of toils it back to really human concepts of just heartbreak. Definitely check this out, especially if you're a fan of Angel Olsen or Sharon Van Etten. Kind of like those big instrumental songs. So I don't know. I just think it's a really big album that's really like commanding your attention, which I think is really cool. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I really like it. So the next two albums I actually don't have physical copies of quite yet. Hopefully I will by the end of the year because, again, I do have a bit of a vinyl collection issue, but that's not what this video is about. We're not getting into it yet, but maybe we will one day. Anyhow, back to the albums that we're talking about here. The first one I want to mention is Deacon by Serpent with Feet. So good. It's about Black queer love and his relationship with his partner right now and how they kind of found each other and what it means for the both of them. And it's just so beautiful. Seriously, some of my favorite songs of the year are off this thing, especially Same Size Shoe and Fellowship. Beyond gorgeous and so catchy. I'm really excited for him, really excited that people are loving this album too. I think everyone could enjoy it as well, so definitely check it out, especially just the album art and the singles and the music videos. It's just so beautiful. So hopefully you get a chance to check it out. I'm a big fan. I think you will be too. And yeah, shout out to him, the only man I'm going to talk about in this entire video. So he deserves it. He deserves it though. Next up, I'm talking about the new Hayley Williams album, which I'm shocked to even say because I didn't think I was going to say new Hayley Williams album this year. Like I thought maybe Paramore might be coming back this year, but Hayley had other plans and the plans were worth it because I love this album. It's kind of like a sister album to her debut, which came out last year, Petals for Armor. And this one is mostly just her and a guitar, but each song is just devastating, but also beautiful in the sense of you know where she's going. Like, you know, this is a journey she's on, and it's a hopeful one. And I think, too, this kind of album, like, reiterates the idea that grief and, like, the process of moving on doesn't just end. It's something you kind of carry and work through, kind of like Chemtrails, where listen to this while you're looking to just chill out, listen to something while you're relaxing, and get lost in her voice because it's gorgeous and I love her. And also super impressive, she played every instrument on this thing. So shout out to a really talented woman that we should all be standing a little more. You know, you might not stand Let's Be Friends, but stand Hayley Williams. You deserve it. My iPhone storage became full as soon as I started talking about Olivia Rodrigo, the debatable queen of 2021. I never heard of her until this year. My friend Jesus sent me her song Driver's License, and I immediately fell in love with it, especially that bridge. But I feel like the entire world did. And I actually was so interested in why everyone loved this song. I think it was kind of like, I don't know, like just a cultural moment that we all were playing this song, really feeling it. We were all in lockdown, just feeling sad about the state of the world. And Olivia was there to hold our hands and scream with us about the red lights, the stop signs. We were there with her. And it was just awesome time because we haven't had a pop girl really take over like that in such a minute, especially a new pop girl. So that was so fun. But you know what's even more fun? Her new single, Deja Vu, one of my most played songs of the year so far. I think she's really playing into this idea of taking teenage heartbreak seriously, which I think we really need to do because, as I'm going to mention a little later in this video, when teenagers write about heartbreak, you can relate to it for years and years to come. There is something so innocent and powerful about it, and she's done such a great job of painting pictures with her lyrics, with her videos. I don't know, it's very impressive, and I'm excited to see what she does next with it too. So yes, I'm an Olivia stan. I will be fighting teenage girls to be front row at her tour. I want to talk about Lucy Dacus and her new music that she's come out with. I was actually revisiting her first two albums this week as well, and Historian especially, I think, is such a classic. Every song is so detailed and descriptive and just massive that I think everyone should listen to that one too. But before you do that, check out her two new singles. She released Thumbs last month, which is about murdering someone, yet you feel sympathetic towards Lucy and the friend she's describing as well. And you know, if you can feel sympathetic and heartbroken after a song about murdering someone, that's talent. That's artistry right there, I think. Um, and she's releasing her new album in June, which I'm super excited for. And she released the first single of that this week, and it's called Hot and Heavy. So good. I get major Bruce Springsteen vibes from this song. I really want to hear it in like a teen coming of age movie. Like, she can just really paint a picture in terms of just like setting the scene, setting you where the song is going and where you go from the song. And I think that's what the album is going to talk about, is just reflecting on yourself and your memories. Next up, I want to talk about the incredible Japanese Breakfast. She is this awesome, awesome artist who makes some of the most killer music out today, but also I'm probably going to be the most excited for and love this new album the most from her. It sounds so good already. She released 2 singles from it, and the videos are gorgeously like lit and told and star some really awesome women as well. So definitely check them out. But also just really have the song Be Sweet on all of your summer playlists. It's a banger. And I don't use the word banger too often since Miley released bangers in 2013. I've tried to refrain from using it too much in my daily life. So when I use the word banger, I mean it sincerely. So check out Be Sweet. Very, very good, and very excited for this album because it just feels like major, joyous vibes, especially I think this is the first album she's written since the passing of her mother. So the idea of finding joy after tragedy, I think, is really beautiful. And I don't know, I'm a big fan of Michelle and Japanese Breakfast in general. So I love her. You'll love her. Check out Be Sweet especially and watch these videos, bask in their light, and make sure to stream the new album. Last but certainly not least, I can't go this video without talking about Fearless, Taylor's version. Me and Christina are both big fans of this. I am obviously a big Taylor fan, but also in general, I think listening to this, you recognize so many songs from when you were growing up or when this album was released. Like hearing White Horse again, haven't heard that song in years, haven't hit play on that song in years, but when I hit play, I knew every word. And like there's just banger after banger. There's Love Story, You Belong With Me, the Joe Jonas song that ended his career, Forever and Always. But then the title track, the drums on that opening track are nuts. Hearing the Other Side of the Door again, hearing The Way I Loved You again, like it's just awesome that she got to take her teenage experiences and reinvent them in a way that felt authentic to who she is now, and allow us to really remember this album and this time in our lives. All right, so that is the video. Thank you so much for watching little old me talk about little old music, especially from 2021, because there's been so many great artists and songs to come out, and I hope you all discovered something new, or maybe got to hear me talk about one of your favorite songs from the year. So let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you've been listening to. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure we are friends. Subscribe, everyone. Subscribe, like this video. And yeah, okay. Have a great day.